All right, good afternoon, everybody. Let me pull this stream up, make sure it's working. Audio and all that. I'll do a check here. This is going to be a short stream. Good afternoon, everybody. All right, it's working. This is going to be a real short stream, guys. Hold on a second. I don't think we're pushing the right bit right here. All right, so I'm in Horseshoe Beach, and you can see that on Radar Omega there. Horseshoe Beach, Florida. We'll zoom out a little bit. This is where we've got one of our Project Mesovort cameras. And we're going to go get that thing down. And I just wanted to bring everybody with and kind of show everyone how everything's getting along. This was all under a lot of storm surge here, and you can tell by the by all the dirt and debris everywhere. These shelters are messed up from last year. Hurricane Idalia messed those up. And our surge camera is still over here. Looks like, yeah, that's, I was just making sure that wasn't like a live line. That is a power line. Yeah, the power line came down. So that is the, that's just the guy wire. That's the support, that's just a steel support cable. That's just grounded. That's not live. And there's the, someone coiled up the actual power cable for it. So that's dead. We're safe to work around that. There's no power on that. But it just runs this light pole here, and this is just for support, and that's just a grounded steel cable. That's just to hold this up. So I just saw that, but we're good to work here. Some of you folks may remember from looking at that video, that footage live in the Radar Omega app, that this thing here was submerged, and we can now see how high that is. It comes out to about waist height. It's about 3.5 feet. So we had storm surge covering at least 3.5 feet. Last year with the Idalia, there was a shelter here that the shelter has been swept away. And there was also I believe it was a weather station on a piece of like Roan 25 tower. And that tower was set, where was the tower? I think they filled it all in. It's all filled. Well, wait a minute. I think this might be a piece of tower section. Yeah, here's a piece of tower section. But it looks like they filled in where the tower was. Maybe that might have been where it was last year. They took that all out. But we'll grab that camera. I get the ladder and all that shit out here. Alright, I'm going to go cut that down. Alright, so it's been retrieved. It's dry inside. That's good. All right. I'm gonna put you guys in the windshield here, just like the other day, and we'll take a little tour around town. Take a little tour around town, folks. Oh, let's see here. Turn the air up. Ooh, it's freaking hot. Let me get the chat online here. So yeah, we'll just take a real quick tour around town and kind of look at what's up here. This will only take like 20 minutes, but there's not much to look at. Which is good. Alright, so this is Horseshoe Beach, that's one camera. A lot of this was under surge. Some of the damage in this town is from Idalia. Last year, but this is Horseshoe Beach, a very small little beach community. Probably should have put 2 cameras here. If this ever happens again in this area, I think I want to put 2 cameras here. Because I found another good spot down here. And again, folks, this is not a full-blown live stream. The point of this is just to give you the lay of the land and kind of look at kind of the aftermath here of Debby. There's really not a whole lot else to see. This is the first time that I've come through here since. Little cabana thing tipped over here on the right, but for the most part there's not much to look at, which is a good thing, you know. I remember we did drive through here when I was looking for that spot that we put the camera out, and you can see that. Look at all the sand on the left there. The road was covered in sand, and they had to show all the sand off. That's probably what this dude with this old tractor is doing. But this was not Idalia level surge. I remember in Idalia we had water all the way up to that camera at that park. And I'm gonna wait for these guys to move here. And that was probably, oh man, that was feet of surge. Whereas with this one, we just had a couple of feet. You know, like I said, it was up to the top of that grill, so probably 3.5 feet. This is a mess. I'm not sure where this came from, but I think it's the barrier wall here. But nothing here is, not from what I'm seeing, is anything, you know, too badly damaged, which is ideal. Yeah, that was the last camera, so pretty much mission accomplished. We'll do a loop around the cul-de-sac here. But yeah, some of you folks might remember this. Might also remember it from Idalia. Yeah, you would not want to have been down here during the storm. I saw on social media a bunch of kids, call them kids, they're not really chasers, kids, talking about coming down here to ride this thing out. Well, it's my understanding that pretty much this whole area just goes underwater. I mean, when every single building is built on elevated pylons, that's usually an indication, a good indicator that you don't want to be there during a hurricane or anything. But, you know, we don't show this and stream this to say, you know, to profit off of this damage. You know, we're not, it's not the point. The point is to show everybody kind of, you know, what the result was, because, you know, that surge camera, it looked pretty dramatic, but, you know, that's only one location. You know, like I said, if this area gets hit again, I would like to actually put, you know, maybe 2 or 3 cameras here, because this is kind of a unique area here where it's kind of, I have a vacant lot that belongs to the home next door. Okay, cool. You know, it's just kind of unique here how everything's continuously gets flooded out here, and it just kind of goes right back to normal. You know, freaking mobile home built on 6x6s. Yeah, I mean, there is damage, don't get me wrong. I mean, this was a very clean place when we drove through here the day before. Very clean place. But, I mean, even right now, it honestly doesn't look that terribly bad. It looks like pretty much everybody's got their debris that they need to get rid of in their piles, and just needs to get carted away for the most part, at least from what I'm seeing. So. But I like this part of Florida. I think it's really pretty. But I know after Idalia, this was a mess. And some of you folks remember how surprised I was to find our camera still out there from Idalia. The reason I was so surprised is because the water came up over that camera. I thought the thing was washed away, but that utility pole survived somehow. But it's super hot out. It's like 93 degrees and humid, so this is not really a good day for cleanup efforts. But again, it's Florida, so I mean, it's probably not really going to get any better here. It's hot even in the winter. Remember being down in this area in January and it was still 80 degrees. But we'll run the camera. That's pretty much Horseshoe Beach for the most part. So we'll run the camera here on the way out. Got a lot of sheriff's deputies down here. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this area is closed off. I mean, nobody gave us any problems. I mean, I've never had problems anyway, but I suppose they're probably concerned about people maybe stealing stuff. I don't know. It's a lot of people here. I mean, A lot of people trying to get their stuff cleaned up, which is good. You know, get back to normal. But this little part of town here is barely touched. But yeah, I think the ideal thing to do would be to put a camera like somewhere over here just to see the storm surge inundation in the town. Because I know what happened. Yeah, we'll run the camera up 351 because there were some spots that, you know, had some trees down. And we ran pretty much this entire road that day, and then that'll be about it. Like I said, this is a short stream. Will be a short stream, but definitely wanted to kind of show you guys what the aftermath was here. But I believe there was flooding even out here on this road, because we're about 3/4 of a mile from as far as we could get. Except you might remember that morning trying to get down here, and we're about to come up on that spot. It'll be up here on the left where I turned around, and this road was entirely underwater. This was as far as we could go, was up here at this water tower. So there was flooding and surge at the same time, causing problems. And you can tell, the camera's not pointing at, but there's a lot of water still retained in the ditches. So I'd go up to like Keaton Beach and Steinhatchee and all that if it wasn't such a haul, but you got to go up to 19 and then go back down. Yeah, we couldn't get through this point the other day. We couldn't get past here at all, so. But this road's open and seen lots of people coming in and out. I don't know what the plans are here for the next several days. I have a $3,000 auto repair bill in Atlanta to go pay, so. Lots of people asking about the truck. I'm more focused on the weather, but yeah, it needs a power steering rack, so whatever is shorting out the CAN bus systems inside that power steering gear. And that thing, there's something wrong with it. It's jammed up and it's bound up and you can't even turn it now. So the part alone is over $2,000 and there's no getting around that. I appreciate all the folks that are probably going on eBay right now looking at used parts for me, but we do things right here. I don't half-ass stuff, because when you're in the middle of a hurricane and stuff goes wrong, we can't be doing that. So we buy new dealer parts only, unless aftermarket has better, and it's a steering rack, so there's not going to be better in the aftermarket. So just is what it is. It's cost of doing business, and get over it. So that's really all I got to say about that. It's not done yet. Hopefully I'm supposed to get the part Monday, so I'm hoping Tuesday, but it's really about all I want to get into on that right now. Really kind of just want to go one day where I'm not worrying about a vehicle, that's for sure. Nope, not going to the beach, just came from there. I do need to figure out what we're going to be doing for tomorrow, for the next couple of days, though. I think there might be some storms in the vicinity tomorrow. So I'm going to try to stay somewhere around here. I'm not staying in Perry. That Hampton Inn is $140-something. It's ridiculous for what it is, considering Perry doesn't really have much for services. So I may go to like Ocala or something, Gainesville. Thought about going up to Tallahassee, but there is a potential that we could have some storms rolling into the western part of the peninsula here tomorrow, and that might be worth a stream. So, and the only thing I'm basing that off of is the HRRR run, the 18 or the 12's the HRRR. Basing it off nothing else, folks. But you know, it doesn't have to be a severe storm for it to be worth it on the beach, because you can get water spouts and anything. I'm not expecting water spouts by any means, but just the fact that we could, you know, it's something to kill time, because I can't drive home and back. Let's say if that truck is done on Tuesday, for me to drive home and back, it'll be Wednesday by the time I would get back down here. So this just makes more sense for me to kill time down here a little bit. So if we can find something to do in the meantime that's valuable to the business, that would be ideal. So if we could have some sort of a live stream tomorrow and then use Sunday, Monday as days to get back to Atlanta, that would work out fantastic. But hopefully that fixes the issue, because I'm sick of not having my truck. Has to make sense for the business here, so we're gonna wait for that 18Z HRRR to come out, and if it's still showing some convection from like Crystal Springs up to Perry, somewhere along the coast, that's something we could go for. You know, additionally, I've been kind of watching, you know, could we get something in the Panhandle? It doesn't look like it, but I'll take some thunderstorms over the beach, and we can actually go sit out there and just literally sit the camera on a tripod and just watch the stuff roll in. It's been a long time since we've done that. It's been over a year. I would like to get back to doing something like that. So I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but time will tell. I'm going to have to make a decision on the hotel here, though. I'm going to probably go to Gainesville, just because that's a straight shot inland, because I'm not paying 140 something for Harry. Crystal River is an option. We'll look when I get up here to Highway 9, or what is it, 19, 98, 48, whatever this highway is. I'll look at things up here. That'll give a few minutes for HRRR to load up here. Tomorrow's one of those days where, like, you don't bother with it unless you're already down here looking for something to do. But some of my most enjoyable live streams have come from, you know, just not planning anything and then just going and watching a really shitty thunderstorm. Because the cool thing is when they're out over the open water is you can see them from, you know, 100 miles away, and you can watch these things roll in. It's really cool. And then we can sit there and kill time by not only watching the storm, but we can make fun of troll comments. So that's always fun. Compile a list of shitty comments to react to. But they've got, I'm assuming here that all of our power issues are solved, because I see all of our power poles and stuff are, for the most part, put back. Trying to look on the map here and see if I can find where, because you guys remember that tree that we cut? Just past that, there was a bunch of power lines snarled up, and I can't, for the life of me, remember where on this road that was. I'm trying to find it because I want to see. I'm assuming this is the only part of the grid that comes down here, but it looked like people in Horseshoe Beach, it looked like they had power. Maybe not, but it looked like they did. Is this it? No. I was trying to pay attention on the way down here, but I didn't. I couldn't really locate it. Okay, dude, it's 55. I'm doing 60, and there's oncoming cars. You couldn't wait 2 fucking seconds to pass. Doorknob. Jesus. That's fine. Just take out the oncoming car almost. That's a good plan. I thought I had pinned that on the map. We might have went past it already. I just want to see if they've replaced those poles or what. But there were a lot of these power lines were off the poles and stuff, and looks like they're all put back up. So they've obviously gotten out here and done a pretty quick job of this. Fairly impressed. But that was what? Was that Sunday? Sunday night into Monday, I think. So yeah, they've been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, 3 days, I guess. Passed it. Oh, no, we didn't, because the power lines are on the other side of the road up here. So we did pass where I cut that tree. Actually, no, we didn't. It's right here. I think this is that tree. Is it? Yeah, we're just out here trying to identify a tree, so don't mind me. Yeah, because there's that. Well, yeah, it's this tree right here. This is the one that we cut. That one right there. No, it's not. It's this one. I'm an idiot. It was this one. This one right here. Go back and finish it. So yeah, that means that it's up here a ways where all those power lines were snarled up. Because they were snarled bad, too. I was kind of impressed. But we'll check out Cross City, and that's going to be about it. But I just wanted to go live for a short little bit here. But I do want to check out Cross City. Like I said, we could go up to like Perry, and we could look at Steinhatchee and all that, and Keaton Beach, but that'll take hours because you got to go in and out to get up there. There's no like direct route, and I just want a day off, guys. I want. And it looks like we're gonna probably have something to look at, maybe around lunchtime tomorrow, maybe. So I would really just find it fantastic to get to a hotel and spend more than an hour before I go to bed. I need a minute. You know, I've been going nonstop, running around for over a week, and vehicle problems and being exhausted from trying to fix them. And I'm taking the day off, guys. I would love to go check out all of these beaches, but I want just a few hours to myself before I have to go to bed, basically, because it has been nonstop. Even days that we don't stream. Remember, folks, I'm driving literally all over this damn country. We were in Virginia yesterday, for shit's sake, so now we're on the Gulf Coast of Florida. So I do enjoy my job. Please don't take that as complaining. It's just justifying. It's not. I appreciate your suggestions, folks, of Keaton Beach and Steinhatchee and Jana and all that, Jana, whatever it is. But I have to take care of myself a little bit from time to time. All I want to do is just sit down and check my damn email. Really all I want to do. But I don't even see much for tree debris on the road. So I'd say these people have this pretty much cleaned up. I don't know, like I said, I don't know about these other areas, but this area through here I think this is Dixie County. I'm pretty impressed. You know, everything seems to be fairly well kept. Right here where the power lines cross over, I think it's around this corner. That's where they were all tangled up. Maybe it's a ways up. I don't know. It was pretty early in the morning when we drove this road, but yeah, Cross City was where we used the car wash to look at the truck. Yeah, I wonder what Cross City looks like, because I think when I came through there and I was paying no attention, it might have been a different town. Not even kidding. Yeah, but there was one town, or just north of one of these towns, that had a bunch of trees down and stuff still that hadn't quite been cleaned up. And I don't remember if that was Cross City or if that was something north of there. I don't know. I really don't remember, but we'll look. Even though I literally just drove through there. To decide on if I want to do Ocala, Gainesville, or Crystal River. I think they're all about equal distance, honestly. Holy shit, that's the side of the road. That's kind of the nice thing about Florida, though. Like out here, it might look like it's a long ways away on the map, but I think we're only like 45 minutes west of Gainesville. I'm kind of trying to think of what's that fan noise? That's a fan. I don't know. Sorry, it is. It's a fan. I don't know what my preference is, but I was, like I said, originally going to do Perry, but Perry's not. They don't have a lot there. It's a nice little town. Don't get me wrong. It's just if I'm going to have to spend $155 to $160 after tax on a hotel, I would prefer to do it where there's like services, and I really would like to get to a Best Buy and replace that HDMI cable so I can quit using the damn phone. But Ocala's nice, and it's also got good access back to the beach. You're never that far away from the beach unless you're like in the middle of the peninsula. Crystal River is where we went the other day, the day of deploying those cameras for dinner. That's a nice town. I like Crystal River. Stayed there quite a bit. Stayed there a lot back in 2018 when I tried to, I spent like 2.5 to 3 weeks trying to see water spouts. I spent a lot of time there and I didn't see a single freaking water spout, and I was all over the coast. I was pissed. It was literally what I blew all my vacation time on at work too, was to try to see a water spout. Didn't see shit. And I almost cried. I got some sort of construction or something. What was I doing? The little dump truck guy. I don't know what he's dumping, but that's something going on. This wasn't here when I came through. Who knows? Just about back up into town. Yeah, this was an impactful hurricane, guys. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, like reference to chat, but like this area took it well. I mean, this was no Idalia. It was similar to Idalia in track and timing, but not necessarily intensity. probably just do Gainesville. Just a straight shot in. Crystal River can kiss my butt. 180 bucks. Screw that. Yep, Gainesville it is. I like the Gainesville and Ocala area. A lot of people tell me it's all a dump. I don't like. Maybe my dump standards are different than yours, but. It doesn't matter though, like where I go, like everybody always says that place, like you could pick the nicest city in all of the world and everybody will say, oh, this sucks. It basically is usually the people that live there that say it sucks. So. I don't know, guys. You know, Detroit sucks and that's a fact, but I've stayed in Detroit and never had problems. Granted, there is a very, 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 very extremely small part of Detroit that's not a dump. It's very small. It just happens to be where there's a Hampton Inn. But it's like Myrtle Beach the other night. Everybody, I got like 4 emails off of the website. Everybody's on Twitter. Don't stay in Myrtle Beach. Don't stay in Myrtle Beach. You're going to get robbed. You're going to get killed. No, no, no. It's ridden with crime. Guys, I sat outside at 3 o'clock in the morning and it was dead silent. You know, it's like everybody's always like, "Oh, that place sucks. This place sucks." Yeah, guys, you know, like I tell you what, like, everywhere sucks in its own way. But like, oh my God, like you should have seen the amount of viewers that were like freaking out because I stayed in Myrtle Beach the other night. Like, whoop-de-doo. Well, somebody, you know, if somebody tries to shoot me or something, I guess I'll deal with it when it comes. But until then, I think we're good. Wasn't the dump that everybody said it was, that's for sure. It's been a long time since I've stayed over there. It's actually been a long time since I've stayed in South Carolina, period. Alright, we're in Crystal Cross City, Cross River, Cross whatever. It's Cross City. Whatever. Whatever. It's Cross City. I think I might have called it like Cross River at one point, whatever. Cross City. And, some minor tree damage here. We'll take a little drive around the town here just to see what it looks like. Man, it's freaking hot out. But again, it's Florida, so I'm not. It's Florida in August, so I guess like this isn't expected, or isn't unexpected, I should say. I guess one would kind of expect it to be hot. Up here, we would have more wind damage than anything because, you know, obviously no surge made it this far. Maybe, you know, freshwater flooding from the rainfall, but there could be some wind damage up here. I haven't driven through here since, so this is all going to be new to me. I mean, you can tell that there are some branches and stuff down, but. These guys up here parked in the road. I don't know if there's something in the road or if they're just talking. They might just be talking. Must have just been talking. Usually neighborhoods like this are where you see tree damage. You got these branches that hang over the road and stuff, and it looks like this area fared pretty well. But again, we are several days after, so a lot of it would have been cleaned up by now. I'll go left. I can't see around this corner though. Let's see, I gotta look at the map. Yeah, sound like that guy. Go left. Is this 98? No, it is not, but I'm on the left. I think. Oh shit, it's a four-way stop. Dumbass, I tell ya. I'm sitting here waiting for this guy like an idiot, and it's a four-way stop. Go left and loop around. I just want to check some of these rural areas. There's an uprooted tree there. A small one. Well, that was kind of that. We're gonna loop back around to 98 or 19, whatever it is. Kind of in the middle of nowhere now. This Triple R looks like tomorrow might be decent, possibly for us, for something along the beach. Not expecting severe weather, but something, just stuff to look at, Alright, well, we made our loop.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left.
back to 98.
Head southwest, then turn left. Turn left.
There's a couple of showers off in the Gulf right now, but nothing organized. Thought about sticking around out here, but I don't think any of it's going to organize. Tomorrow's a better chance for that. We'll keep the stream up here for a few minutes because we're going to take 98 out of town and just see if there's any tree damage there. See if we can kind of get a grasp on the extent of this. A lot of stoplights for a small town.
Head southeast.
No, guys, we don't need to. I'm gonna kind of touch on this real quick. There's a, everybody's always gonna have an opinion, right? So like everybody's 100% entitled to their own opinions. But as I drive $110,000 to $130,000 a year, any vehicle I go buy is going to cost me tens of thousands of dollars a year to operate, right? Taurus, $13,000 of maintenance. Explorer, $9,000 of maintenance. Old Tahoe, $12,000-ish in maintenance. New Tahoe, we're up to about $13,000 of maintenance. You know, guys, I'm not going to go, everybody keeps telling me, oh, go buy a Toyota RAV4. I don't want to drive a Toyota RAV4. I don't like Toyotas. I don't like these foreign cars. I just don't. And you know, they are good cars, guys, but I don't like them. And I'm not going to drive something I don't like. I want to drive a large SUV that fits our needs. And Toyota and Hyundai, whatever the hell, Hyundai, whatever, and Killed in Action, they don't make those. And I just can't, I just don't want one. I don't want to go drive a car I don't want to drive, and I want to drive a large American made, because I do want this channel to support our country, which, don't get me wrong, a lot of Toyotas are made in America, but an American company car. And our options are Ford Expedition, Chevy Tahoe, or you know, like the GMC Yukon, you know, which is the variant of the Tahoe. That's about it. Closest that Chrysler makes is a Dodge Durango, but that's more close to an Explorer than anything. So basically, you want to drive a Ford Expedition or you want to drive a Chevy Tahoe. And Ford Expedition, it has a shitty EcoBoost engines in them. I'm not touching them. So that leaves us with one option, and that's what we got. So, like I said, I drive the amount of miles that some people drive in 6 years in 1 year. So we're going to have all that 6 years worth of maintenance in 1 year. So it's going to seem like it's more expensive than the average person, but it's not. It's just because we drive a lot. I mean a lot. And on top of that, there's a lot of idle time too. The truck, on a chase day, sometimes the truck starts up at 7 o'clock in the morning and it doesn't get shut off until 2 o'clock in the morning the next day. I'm not kidding. A lot of idle time. We're almost out of this shower, so I'm not going to mess with the focus. But no, if I had $1 for every I'll go buy a Toyota comment that I've removed from the chat since I've started the stream, I would have $6, and I could buy 2 gallons of gas with that. I don't know what the fetish is with Toyotas and Storm Chasers, but it's just, oh my god, it's kind of weird. It's kind of a cult. I don't really want to be a part of that. It's really weird. Yeah, Rain-X doesn't want anything to do with me. We've tried. So we don't reference, I don't even call it Rain-X, I just call it water repellent. I tried.
Head east.
I'm heading east. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's freaking warm out, even with that shower, and now it's down to 86, which isn't much of a cool down. None of these showers offshore look like they're going to organize. If they looked like they would, I would totally take us down to Cedar Key or something, but I just don't think it's going to happen. You're a Chevy person. Yeah, I'm on the fence, guys. I won't touch a Chrysler product with a 10-foot pole. I'm pretty sure that Satan himself designed those vehicles. No offense to any Chrysler owners. But, man, they are garbage. I used to be 100% Ford for everything, but then Ford started letting me down with the EcoBoost garbage, and they can't seem to make a turbocharger for the EcoBoost last longer than 80,000 miles at a time, and it's just ridiculous. But General Motors can't make a transmission that lasts more than 70,000 miles, so this is a trade-off. Tell you what though, these General Motors products are a hell of a lot easier to work on. Push rod engine, none of that dual overhead cam garbage. They don't blow the spark plugs out. They don't require a timing job and camshaft phasers every 15 minutes like a lot of the F-150s did from like 2004 to the 2012 that they had the 5.4. It's the reason why I won't buy an F-150. Even the 5-liter V8, it's a good engine, but now they're having all sorts of issues with them. It's too bad. The early ones burnt exhaust valves, which is just stupid. You just can't, even if you take good care of them, there's just a lot of failure points. It's just they've built too complex of a motor. These 5.3s and these General Motors products, push rod engine. Very easy to service. If/when the lifters have problems, it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as it could be. Honestly, you can DIY it with a good YouTube video and a little patience. It's easy to pull the heads on them. For me, they've been a lot cheaper to maintain than any Ford product I've ever owned. Believe it or not.
Head east.
But I don't know, where are we? Fanning Springs. The way station. It seems like there's a way station in every freaking county in this state. You have a 2014 Grand Cherokee with 162 on it and you haven't had problems. It's probably because you take care of it. I mean, if you take care of any car, it'll last a while. But the problem is a lot of people these days don't take care of anything. You gotta be real careful when you buy used stuff. But so I'm always very skeptical buying used vehicles. We just take a very, very careful look at them because people don't change oil anymore. They don't keep up on fluids. They just don't take care of stuff.
Head east.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah, that's a good point. Honestly, guys, like Chevrolet, GM parts seem to be easier to come by too. They're plentiful, but I'm referencing trucks. Like cars are a different story. Like you want to go buy a Chevy Equinox, like I can't tell you shit about it. If you want to go buy a Ford, I don't know, Ford Escape, I can't tell you anything about that either. Whole different ballpark than the trucks. Not built like they used to be, though. Used to be you could go 200,000 miles in damn near any vehicle before you had to worry about really any sort of repair over like $1,500. Like you had your brakes. You'd have to do your spark plugs. You might have a water pump. Suspension stuff. Normal wear and tear, but you weren't dealing with engines, transmissions. You weren't, rear ends. You weren't dealing with stuff like that until at least 200,000. But these days, you're lucky if you hit 100,000. It's too bad. Quality's gone down the shitter. And they want to sit there and mandate electric vehicles and all this. And I don't know how the average person's going to afford an electric vehicle. And here's the problem, folks. Electric vehicles will break. They're not going to break as much, but they will break. And then your cost to repair, that's expensive as well. And people aren't going to take care of those either. And there's very little maintenance that needs to be done, but you still have to change oil in them. It's not a combustion engine, but there are parts. There are gears that have oil. There are gearboxes that have oil. Stuff needs to be maintained on them, and people aren't going to maintain them. So it's going to be even more expensive when they break. So, you know, not to make this political or anything, and this isn't it isn't a political topic. This is a common sense topic. But these millionaire and billionaire politicians want to come in and say, "Oh, we're going to mandate this, mandate that," but they don't give two rats' asses about us average Americans. They don't care if we can afford it or not. So that's the problem. You know, people bring up electric vehicles and ask me for my opinion on them all the time. I think they're great for some people. Not all people, but for some people. Especially city drivers that have a good place to charge it. That makes sense. But understand, folks, if you buy a used one of those and it's been beat on, dogged on, and hasn't been maintained, you are going to have every single problem under the sun, just like you do any other used vehicle. The problem is the cost to replace a lot of parts on those is way more expensive than a regular car. So that's where we run into the problem, where people don't maintain them, they don't take care of them, and then the used market for them sucks. If you can afford to go out and buy a brand new one, more power to you. Take care of it, it'll probably last you a very long time. But
Head southeast.
don't think it's good to buy a used one unless it's been babied. It's just my opinion. I'm not an electric car mechanic, but I've been in the industry long enough that I think I have a right to an opinion. But I would actually love to have an electric car to drive at home. I couldn't storm chase in one. It's not practical, but drive around home, sure, why not? Yeah, I think the city commuters and the city drivers, that is a very practical thing, because especially if you got a place to charge them, you know, you just plug it in at home. And you know, you get 300 miles out of it. Well, if you live in town and you very rarely leave town, well, shit, 300 miles might get you through a week. And even if you do take small road trips, you know, like the Tesla, the supercharger network, it's pretty big. I mean, it's pretty expansive. I mean, you can road trip with them now. You know, it's a misconception. A lot of people think you can't go on a road trip with them. You can. There may be some areas where you need to be a little strategic with it, but just don't want anybody to think I'm dogging on electric vehicles by any means. I'm just saying I'm really nervous here what the used electric vehicle market's going to become, because people don't take care of their cars. People just don't take care of stuff in general anymore, unfortunately. You know, it's not just an electric car thing, it's all vehicles. I think as Americans, we're losing our sense of, you know, taking pride in what you own. And, you know, you work hard for your vehicle, and people just beat the shit out of them, and they're dogging on them, and they don't take care of them. And it's kind of sad, you know, even these people, these gang-banging idiots out there, you know, even they worked hard for their car. They're out there just dogging the piss out of it. It's like, you know, you should have a little pride in what you worked hard for. I think that's just a values thing, and I think as Americans we're starting to lose that, and that frightens me a little bit. Thank God I'll die someday, because by God, I don't want to see what this country looks like in 200 years. It is going to be a shithole. Something's going to have to change. Am I supposed to turn there? I feel like I was supposed to turn there. We've been through here a few times. Nope, I got 2.3 miles. 2.3 miles. But, well, that's about it, guys. That's about it. We're kind of out of the area that had any damage from this thing.
Head southeast.
I just want to do a short little live stream there just for the hell of it. There might be a live stream tomorrow, maybe, maybe not. You know, we're tracking the potential, maybe not even for water spouts, but just for some coastal storms. You know, drive out to the beach and watch the storms. Just something to do. You know, we got time to kill. Looks like I'm not going to be able to pick that truck up, I'm sure, until at least Tuesday. I mean, that shop up there is, It sounds like they're trying to make this as quick as possible, but they can't get the part until Monday, and they can't do nothing about that. That's not their fault. That's not their fault. But
Head southeast.
it sounds like they're going to try to make that a priority as soon as they get the part. So we got a little bit of time to kill from now until Monday, because I want to be back up in Atlanta on Monday. So we've got tomorrow might be a nice screw around day if we get some storms down here. Then we can take Sunday to get back up to
In
Atlanta.
half a mile, turn left.
But thanks for joining, everyone. It's kind of a fun little stream. And I guess that's about it. I'm going to get out of here, I guess. So I'm going to go to the hotel, and I'm going to post an update for channel members, because I haven't done that yet today. And then I think I'm going to read my damn email and go through my email and try to catch up on some stuff and figure out what's what and what to do here.
Head east.
So thanks, everybody. I don't see anything else on the horizon for severe weather, at least not immediately. So maybe we'll try our luck tomorrow, and then after that we'll figure it out. So have a good afternoon, and maybe see you all tomorrow.